Let's go.
I'm trying to be a parent, but I gotta run an errand. I promise when I'm back, I'ma feed my kid a carrot. Damn, this stuff is tough, man. I thought it was inherent. I'm trying to be a parent. I'm trying to be a parent. Sometimes you gotta drink, cause that shit can be kinda stressful. Sometimes you hit the blunt, cause that green will help you rest, yo. You know your ass be slacking when you gotta look up things on YouTube. Like, bro, how you wipe your baby boo-boo? Now welcome to the podcast. Trying to parent and make moms laugh.
Episode 26.
Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Sean is the name, G. Yeah. Now welcome to the podcast. Trying to parent and make pops laugh. Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Sean is the name, G.
Yeah. Let's go. We're back.
What's up,
Episode 26. It's Saturday.
Wow.
Saturday. We're doing a podcast on Saturday. It's Saturday morning. It is 9:15. You know what I realized is there will be no Ask the Listeners on this episode because we usually ask them
the day of,
Saturday
in the morning.
Evening, Sunday morning, something like that. Mm-hmm. So, sorry guys. Be skipping that this week.
Saturday, May 13th, 2023.
May 13th. That means only 10 months until my birthday.
And Mother's Day is tomorrow in the
Mother's
U.S.
Day is tomorrow. My mom just told us that she's coming out to visit, booked her ticket.
Boop, boop.
Very exciting. We'll be going to pick up some friends here right after the podcast.
They land in like 2 hours.
From the airport in Cancun. So we will wrap this up in a jiffy.
Jiffy.
Yeah, so
Why
welcome
are your
back.
toes cold?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm touching
Well, I
his
wasn't
feet.
just outside here. Why are your toes cold?
I just took Nina out to go to the
I
bathroom.
don't know.
And it's so hot outside. I'm like sweating. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's toasty.
It's a little warm. But that's what you get in Mexico, you know? So
You get the beach and you get the heat. If you want to swim in the beach, it's got to be warm.
exactly.
Facts.
If you don't want that Pacific bullshit ocean out there.
No.
Anyways, let's go ahead and hit him with the
Social.
with social media.
He didn't even have coffee this morning, you guys.
Nope.
And he woke up extra early.
Well, had a big week.
Yes.
Had a big week, but we'll
Yes,
touch on
we
that.
did.
So hit him with the social.
Sorry, I was winking. Yep. Facebook and Instagram. You guys know the deal. Trying the number 2.
You know the deal, man.
You know the deal, man.
You would
Here's
say
the
that.
deal, man.
Oh my God, where is that drop? You keep going with the.
All right, Facebook and Instagram. Trying the number 2 parent. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please give us 5 stars. Give us a good rating. Leave us a review. I try and drop little nuggets of knowledge every once in a while, so hopefully it's entertaining and maybe a little informational at some point.
Deal, man.
Here's the deal, man.
Here's the deal, man.
Here's the deal, man.
A little
Here
house of
is the
sinners
deal.
for you
Jesus.
guys.
Let me go ahead and tell you the deal, man. That was so weird that you said that. Alrighty.
And YouTube, if you like to watch, since we are filming, trying space the number 2 space parent. Go on and you'll get to maybe feel like you know us a little bit better if you're watching us. I'm a little awkward, especially on camera. So
You can see the bottom of my foot for a half a second.
he has nice feet, actually. So
I do have nice feet. Man, when I played college basketball, I would play with some guys. I'm like, why the fuck do your feet look like that? Am I not playing hard enough? What's going on? Why are your feet so gross?
yeah, I don't know.
Bunion ass.
Have you ever
looking
had
feet and shit.
a pedicure?
No, I don't want people touching my feet. I'll kick them in the face. I have such ticklish feet.
Okay, that's fair. And I'm like scrubbing mine in the shower because I don't get pedicures. I'm like, they're not smooth.
Yeah, the bottom of my feet. I don't have any
You
calluses or anything.
Yeah,
I also
you
don't walk on any sort of rough ground without shoes on.
I know.
I have such baby soft feet. It hurts my feet to walk on rocks.
And I'm
anything
just
that's
out here
not soft.
walking around barefoot. Anyways,
Yeah, like
I got real off track there.
got them Frodo Baggins feet.
Oh,
No, your feet aren't gross looking.
well,
Do have that long toe, but
yeah, I do need to scrub them. But
anyways, let's talk about some of the things we. Oh wait, you know what? Before we do that, I just met you. This is crazy.
the only time it's acceptable for him to give the number out.
360-450-5008.
So call me maybe.
Yep. Hit us up. Hit us on that line. One call away. Chingy, baby. All right. A couple things that happened this week. This will probably be a quicker podcast because we've got shit to do, but we wanted to make sure that we got it to you Monday morning, like always. We'll be in Tulum this weekend, all of this weekend, so won't be able to do the podcast, which is, again, why we're doing it Saturday morning.
Thanks.
Saturday. Okay. Got our oil changed in the car this week. How much did that cost?
We did not get the oil changed. We got something repaired because our
We did not
check
get the
engine
oil
light was on.
Same thing that was happening when we were in the U.S. with the car.
Yeah, so it was like so the ESC off light was on, and then the check engine light came on. And we had this problem in Washington before we moved, and the guy at the dealership changed it for free because I was such a biggity bitch to him.
Not a biggity bitch.
Rightfully so.
Basically a lemon of a car.
Yeah.
That we had to put a lot of money into just to get back to
$1,000 extra within like
when we
30
paid
days.
$8,000 for it. So an eighth of the money that we put into it, we had to put extra into it to get it
right
fixed.
away. Yeah. Anyway, so it was a little sensor beneath the brake pedal. I based on the translation, I'm just gonna say this: like, no one speaks English at any of these mechanic places, at least not the ones that I've reached out to. So we're just like using Translate. I'm trying to understand words here and there. So what I think it was is I know it was a sensor beneath the brake pedal, but I think they said it was keeping the brake lights from coming on. And
That's not good.
yeah. So I don't know if it was keeping that last time, but he said it was definitely the little sensor. So ended up being $80 total. That led me to take a taxi. First
time taxi.
First time taxi. It was actually not a bad experience. Granted, we're farther away from Centro, so they're not nearly as aggressive here. It was very easy to hail one. You literally just stand on the street and put your hand up. You know, they'll flash your lights at you, like if
you want this?
Yeah, like, hey, you need me to come swoop you?
Here's the deal, man.
Yeah, and it was 50 pesos for like an 8-minute drive.
Well, it's normal size. It's not that big.
Was it a normal size cab or was it a tuk-tuk thing?
It was a normal size cab.
Normal size, okay. So,
but yeah, the guys my drivers were very nice. I just kind of told them where I was trying to go, and they got me there safely. Sometimes I drive a little crazy, as we witness, not in a taxi.
So do we.
It was overall a good experience. And the girl at the mechanic shop, she's about my age or, somewhere around there. So she speaks very, only a few words of English. So I told her that I was trying to learn Spanish and, practicing face-to-face is better. So we were literally just sitting there talking. She had asked if I had been to Holbox, which is a little island above Cancun, and I said no, and she showed me a picture of the bioluminescent wave plankton things. I learned a little bit about her, so it was kind of cool.
Nice. Was that all in Spanish?
It was all in Spanish.
Impressive.
Yeah, she's from Mexico City. She's been here for 2 years. She likes it because it's calm, less people, more chill vibe.
And that's why people move here.
Yeah.
Now, the Lakers have defeated. The Lakers have defeated the Warriors 4-2. They move on to the Western Conference Finals, and you know who they play. This should get double DJ horn. The Suns lost.
Ugh.
Go fuck yourself, Suns.
Hey, that's very aggressive.
And they lost to the Denver Nuggets 4-2. So the Lakers will be playing the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. Nobody thought we could do it. We made it there.
Well, I guess I'm rooting for the Nuggets.
And the Heat beat the Knicks 4-2. So they will be representing the Eastern Conference Finals. We, the Lakers, were a 7 seed out of 8 seeds coming in to the playoffs. And, well, essentially 8 seed. And the Heat were the 8th seed. We're both in the conference finals.
Would you look at that?
So big time stuff. Sorry, KD. Devin Booker, you played great, man, if you're listening
Next
to the
season,
podcast.
they'll get it when they have more time to play together. It will be great.
Yeah.
We'll go
they're
see a
gonna
game.
Need to get rid of Chris Paul or something. He's always hurt. They are getting rid of DeAndre Ayton. I know that for sure.
Oh, really?
For sure, yep.
Isn't he, like, fairly good? He played good when we went to the game.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
So.
He's kind of a bitch, though. That's what they say, not me. I don't care. I want you to keep him because we fuck him up. Anyways, had a big day or big week, essentially. But my biggest day ever in the company.
Yes. Woo!
So that was cool.
Golf clap.
Was it a normal size day? No.
Come on, Mark. Come on. Show me that you like me. Show me that you like me.
The people showed you that they like you because they
trust me.
They do trust you. You are a very trustworthy guy.
Did a little over 12 grand in a day in sales, which is big deal here. Usually 12 grand is pretty good for a month. Usually pretty good for a month. But did it in a day. And I think this month at the 13th, Saturday 13th, we're already over 15 grand in personal business. So,
which like big deal. Everyone is like, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Like, I'm just so proud of you. Everyone is so excited and happy for you. You've been killing it. Hopefully, look at me. I'm tearing up because I'm so proud. Yes, get us more time to live.
Yeah, right.
Because I haven't made a sale this week.
Basically, just made us like 4 months of living.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, that's true. So that was
like
cool.
7 months.
Very cool.
On a budget.
That's what happens when you're living down here. I had like 14K week, so pretty awesome.
Fucking awesome.
That was not highs and lows though, but we'll get into highs and lows in a second. I want to talk about something that I've heard about I was talking or listening to my Get Up podcast, and they mentioned just about how old they were getting. Remember, they were talking about not knowing who Jessica Alba is. One of the guys coming in, the NFL, went to a Knicks game with Aaron Rodgers. They played for the Jets, and they were sitting next to Jessica Alba. And Aaron Rodgers is like, hey, you know who this is? And the kid did not know who it was. And
disappointing.
That was a sign that, holy shit, we're getting old. Like, you could line up 400 chicks that look almost identical to Jessica Alba, and I'd be able to point out who Jessica Alba is. But that got me thinking,
he knew.
Amari Stoudemire.
Which,
yeah, I mean, he plays sports.
I guess. But even still, they're from like the same era. No one's even heard the name Amari Stoudemire in a while.
Yeah, in a while.
He's like, yeah, of course I know who that is. Why are you making fun of me? Bro, you don't know who fucking Jessica Alba is.
Apparently Jessica Alba's like close to a billionaire now. She's made some real savvy business moves.
What is she doing? I need to look this up.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what she's doing. They mentioned it, but I don't recall. She's started some businesses and stuff. Wow. So that led me to realize I don't know dick about things that young people know about these days. Like, for example, famous TikTokers. Mm-hmm. Apparently that's like the biggest thing now, people being famous on TikTok. I couldn't name you one famous person on TikTok.
The only reason I have TikTok on my phone is because your mom kept sending me videos and I needed to watch them. So like, I've never opened it like on my own.
I think it's like older people on TikTok and then very young people on TikTok. I'm not sure if people in their 30s and 40s are really fully there yet.
Because we're just like still in the Facebook, Instagram wave.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, that's
me personally.
So one of the things I wanted to pull up because we're getting so old is, and I'm not going to go through all of these, but this is 50 Gen Z slang words you need to know to keep you from becoming chuggy. CHEUGY. That's obviously a new slang.
It's one of the words, all right.
Keep you from becoming fucking lame or something. I don't know what chuggy. I'm probably even saying that wrong. But let's dive into a couple of these words.
I know stuff like cap and...
They've got some basic ones that, come on, Gen Z, you're not getting fucking credit for this. Like fam. Come on. Fam's been around forever. Mm-hmm. Glow up.
Yeah, the glow up.
Means to make over or transformation from bad to good.
Like the ugly
Makes
swan,
sense.
you glow up.
Makes sense. Stan. Do you know what Stan means?
Stan.
Like the name? Not Stanley. Not short for Stanley.
No.
It's a combination of stalker and fan. If you stan someone, it means you're obsessed, but not in a creepy way.
Okay.
Alrighty, stan. E-boy or e-girl?
Ooh. No.
This is similar to emo or goth culture, but they use the internet to express themselves. Fuck is that?
Disappointed.
W. Just W.
Get the win.
Yeah. Got
the
that W?
W?
Yeah. I mean,
That's been around for a while.
come on. Since fucking almost winning. Dank. Obvious. Ghosting. Obvious. Salty. Come on, you guys got to come up with your own shit. Taking all
Well,
our
no,
fucking-
they are coming up with their own shit, and that's why we don't know half of these.
I know.
Well.
These salty, ghosting, dank.
Yeah, you're scrolling through a bunch that you probably don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm only on number 11.
Oh, okay.
Big yikes. Who's
Big
saying,
yikes.
Who's saying big yikes?
I like that.
Bikes.
No.
Bikes. Bougie, finna, cap. All these words that we know.
Finna, first of all, I've been using finna like
You ain't finna do that shit, bro. Come on.
you know, I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's kind of derived from fixin' to, which is from the South. My mom says fixin' to because she's from the South. She's like, oh, you're she said it on the phone
Oh,
last
you're
week. You're
fixin' to?
fixing to do this, which the shortened
Shorten
version
that
is
out?
finna.
Are you finna do this?
Finna.
You ain't finna do nothing. Here's that chuggy. Something that is chuggy is not at all trendy. Chuggy is shit right now, not knowing. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Again,
How
it's
is it?
CHEUGY. I hope it's chuggy because that sounds kind of cool. That's just chuggy, man.
It's kind of like jiggy. I
Yeah,
think it would be cool, but it's not.
it's not. That's the opposite. You're getting chuggy with it. Real lame. Simp. That kind
Okay.
of sounds like gimp.
Oh,
Or
simp, all right.
do you know what that is?
Yeah, you're a simp. You're like kind of like a bitch to your girl. Like you're just
Someone who
spending a bunch of
does
money
way
or-
too much for the person they have a crush on.
yeah.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
You're
Snack,
simping.
bro. They're saying snack. People been a snack for a minute.
Yeah.
Get out of here. TFW. I never know what the shortened things mean. Like the
TFW.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck you want?
Yep, that's what it means. It means that feeling win.
That's weird.
Okay, last one is sip tea. Like sip tea.
You sipping tea? You're spilling, or is it like you're spilling the tea? You're
Yeah.
gossiping.
Yep, good
Okay.
job. All right,
See,
impressive.
fucking-
All right, that was only up to 22, so we'll roll on to the next thing. But you're a little hipper than I thought you were. Me, not so much. Maybe not in the.
It's because I follow the shade room.
Yeah, that's true. Gosh, there's a lot. That
I have
goes
no
down the
drama
shade
in my
room.
life, so I just
There's
look
no
at it on
drama
Instagram.
in my life. You guys remember when I talked about eating those 6 mangoes last week? Didn't shit my pants.
No, he didn't.
Didn't shit my pants, and they were all fantastic. I've noticed buying the multicolored ones, the bigger ones I bought, those are dog shit. They're very stringy, very like that stuff that gets stuck in your teeth. Got to stick with the smaller, medium-sized yellow ones. Those ones are gold. And if they're gold inside, you have yourself a winner, folks. And they all seem to be fantastic out here.
Yeah, pretty good.
Fucking
Not-
people try to charge us $1
Yeah.
for those ones, but
Say not from that, especially the dollar is actually going down here, so things are a little bit more expensive.
yep.
Things people are talking about in the expat groups.
So
Because I bet our rent went from like $907 to probably closer to $940
yeah,
now.
probably, which kind of sucks, but you know, Get better, U.S. Get better. Need you to work on that so we have a stronger dollar.
Watch out, Mexico's gonna turn into a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm. I want to do a little.
Okay, well, you just let me have it right now. I need it. I need it right now.
So I want to talk about a little bit. I changed those words around. I want to talk a little bit about childhood crushes on like famous people.
On celebrities, okay.
Celebrities. You have anything that pops right off the top of your head? I have 4 listed here that I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. I like it and I need it.
I had just like pictures of rappers out of magazines like taped onto my wall in high school. Like,
So you're saying you had celebrity crushes on rappers?
I can't, like, I know I had like Lil Scrappy up there, and I used to really like Lloyd Banks's voice. Not necessarily his looks, but his voice. Like, I was like, oh yeah.
Voice does not match his looks.
No.
But good voice. Speaking of voices, I think I told you this before already on one of the shows, but I had a huge crush on Britney Spears. And it's just been so sad to see what's been happening to her.
I know.
So sad. Like, she was literally such a freaking icon, and now she makes TikTok videos, old people.
On her dancing.
And boy, is it rough. I mean, rough.
On one of our work calls, they were talking about getting distracted on like cat videos, and someone in the comments goes, I get distracted by Britney Spears dancing videos.
Dude, they're deep. So that's unfortunate. Also in the singing realm, Christina Aguilera, one of those voices where I was just like, oh man, luckily her looks matched up with it. Yeah. I'm like, black guys love Christina. She's got that gospel ass voice. Anybody else you could think of? It doesn't have to be, a musician. Could be an actor that you really liked.
Well,
I mean, I know everybody liked George Clooney, even though that's older
Brad
past your
Pitt,
time. But
George Clooney. I mean, for white dudes,
y'all ain't bad for white guys.
Y'all ain't bad for white guys. Like Brad Pitt, obviously, always been super hot.
I would let Brad Pitt if he came up to me on the beach.
And he wanted to kiss. This episode from The Office. You would resist it first.
I would resist a little bit, but then if he insisted, I would let him kiss me on the mouth. That's not gay, right? He's like,
you might be gay.
You might, you resist for a little bit, and then you would give into it. You might be gay. But it's Brad Pitt. So if I kiss Brad Pitt, then it's like I'm kissing all the other women that he's kissed, which is probably
also
pretty impressive list.
Very good.
Anybody else? I mean, I know you're obviously into black dudes.
Yeah, I don't.
Anybody like who was fairly decent looking? Tyrese was good looking. Is Tyrese the one from Fast and the Furious? Mm-hmm. That's not who I was talking about. There's a guy that looks Tyrese. Oh, he used to be a model, but he looks like
Omarion was super cute.
Omarion from B2K, and then from
Omarion.
Icebox Where My Heart Used to Be with the braids. And what about like Nelly?
Yeah.
No, not Nelly fan.
I don't like his voice. I'm honestly not a huge fan of Nelly.
No Band-Aid on the face.
No.
Usher. I knew a Mexican kid that used to look just like Usher. Okay, so I got 2 more.
Okay.
Obviously, everybody knows I really like white girls. Hence my wife. But Megan Good really did it for me back in the day. Megan Good.
Everyone was like, if I was going to do a black chick, it would be Megan Good. Yep. Everyone.
Because, whoo boy.
She has like very nice lips too.
Mm-hmm. She has a very just symmetrical, everything is very nice looking. Yeah. And then probably my favorite white girl growing up was Megan Fox.
Oh, yeah.
I saw her in Transformers that first time. I'm like, if I could just like get in contact with her, she'd probably like me. It was tough, but boy, oh boy, Shia LaBeouf got that early Megan Good. I mean, Megan Fox. Megan's doing it good over there. So let's go ahead and jump into highs and lows. Bow, bow. I'm Derek.
Now that I know the words.
I'm Derek. And I can sing high. All right, so basically I already covered a lot of my high of the biggest personal week. But I'm also very excited to see our friends.
Yay.
And you guys won't be hearing this for a little while, and I know they won't be listening to the podcast before this comes out, but they will be having a very special announcement that they will be making.
Yep.
So some of our good friends that we went to Bali with, very excited for them.
Yes.
If I had the, if you like, then you should have put a ring on it, drop here from Beyonce, I would play it because that's what will be happening. So
make sure you don't drop this before.
yeah. So
hopefully she says yes.
Yeah, she'll definitely say yes.
Yes.
They live together. They're an awesome couple.
Yes.
Absolutely love them. And they're young. That's cute. You
So
know,
cute.
young people getting married.
And we get to be a part of it.
Bless us with that honor. A low. Had a lot of people that I thought I was going to help this week that did not show to meetings, appointments. And, you know, people's lives are crazy. Shit happens. Things come up. But, yeah, it's always upsetting when you go to help people or you're looking forward to helping people, just getting them the information at least. It's always better when somebody tells me no after they get the information than they never get the information.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you there's been millions of people over time that insurance has been in place that have not gotten the information that they were going to get and end up passing away, and somebody gets, you know,
And their
screwed
family's
over in
fucked.
their family. So I'm telling you guys, talk about this all the time. Just get the information. It's almost always cheaper than you think it's going to be, especially if you're young and healthy, and get it while you're young and healthy, so it's cheaper than you think it's going to be.
Yes. Oh,
Look
okay.
at that.
Nina.
All right, Nina.
Well,
Okay. Go ahead and stop doing that.
our guard dog out here.
What about yours? Highs and lows.
My high is obviously you having a fantastic week. It pumps me up. I had my first full week of dialing. I feel good. Booked a couple appointments. They didn't.
Oh my God. You got to tell them about that lady from Texas.
Oh my God. So we side note here. Okay, so we switched our leads from Arizona to a state in Central Time Zone because we are in Central Time Zone and just
And I've been working until like 8:30, 9
we
o'clock
haven't
at night.
had dinner together in weeks. Just because they want to have their meeting when they get off work, which is like later as fuck here. Anyways, so
Later as fuck.
we switched from Arizona to Texas, at least for the leads that I'm going to start dialing. So the very first one that I dial, that's in Texas, we double dial because obviously no one's going to pick up the first one. I wouldn't even pick up. But if you call me a second time, I'm like, okay, obviously this is something important. So she literally answers the phone, goes, "What the hell do you want?
What the hell?
What the hell do you want?" And I was like,
Betty, I'm calling.
yeah. So the name, she is apparently has passed away a couple years ago, but the name on the lead was Terry Biggers. Biggers. And I said, "Hi, is this Miss Biggers?" And she's like, "No, who the hell is this?" And I was like, "Hey, I got a call from this number that's asking for more information about mortgage protection for your home on XYZ. Just need to quickly verify the information that you provided." She's like, "Terry passed away 3 years ago." Went into this whole spiel about how she didn't have any life insurance and that her house went to probate and they had to sell it at auction because she didn't have anything put in place, and they were trying to sell the house, but the loan people wouldn't tell them how much the house had left on the loan, so they just had to sell it at auction because no one knew what the fuck was going on. And she said, "I don't know who you work for, but you tell them, go to hell." And then she hung up on me, and that was my first Texas lead.
And you, lady, bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless it right to
She was
right
like,
to heaven.
"Can I tell you something?" And I was like, "Yes, ma'am, go ahead." She's like, "Terry passed away 3 years ago." Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I
thank you
was
for
like,
offering up that information, ma'am.
yeah, I was like,
Do you
wow.
have life insurance? Because If not, you're going to be in a very similar situation as Terry.
No, I was going to say something. She hung up on me. Yeah, I
This
thought
job
that
ain't
was
for everybody, folks. It ain't for everybody. But when
that
you
was
can make
comical.
$7,000 in a week,
in a day,
in
like
a
you
day,
did.
it makes things easier. So
And you know what? Most of the people that I talk to, like if people actually pick up, most of the time it's quite nice.
Those are nice people.
They either say yes or they say no, and you're like, okay, on to the next. Like it. If you could give,
but ladies like Betty or whatever the hell her name was,
I don't even know her
they
name.
keep you interesting. They keep you on your toes.
I was just like, I walked in here and I was like, you are not going to believe the conversation I just had.
Texas is hot right now.
Yeah. Anyway, so my high is you did fantastic. Another high, I
Really?
guess.
Were you Jewish there? Another high.
Another kind of high, I guess.
L'chaim.
Is it German?
No, l'chaim. I think that's like a Jewish thing.
Oh, I don't know.
It's world religion over here.
Is Nina has her ultrasound on Monday,
Yes.
which hopefully will find the cause of her issues. Hopefully it's not something terrible, then it will be a low next week, but hopefully it's something, something
I feel like she's
manageable.
gotta have like a tumor or something that's making her a lot more of a bitch these days.
Yeah.
Because she seems to be so afraid of everything now. Like she doesn't want to go outside
Yeah,
often.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. She seems to be in great spirits when we're around. She's in the house, all that stuff.
But she's just afraid constantly.
And she could fuck a lot of other dogs and other things up. So I don't know what she's so afraid of.
She's
Like,
literally
bro,
like
come on.
63 pounds.
Yeah.
My low is that the 2 appointments that I said and I prepared for and I was excited about, they didn't show up, but it's part of the game. But, I got a lot of practice in. And
we'll just keep following up.
yeah,
I mean,
it's a numbers game and I'm just at the beginning, but I'm pumped. I have
and not half, but a good portion of the people I sell to, I work for a couple weeks where it's just like, hey, still reaching back out. They're like, oh, you know what, man? I know I set that appointment with you back when, but I got super busy. This, that, or the other thing came up. Fucking life again. We never know what's going on the other side of the phone.
exactly.
But you're doing it.
Yeah.
And luckily,
I have a lot
God
of
graced
really
us with
good-
a big day.
where we
and-
can eat even if I
Yeah,
don't make
we
a
can
sale.
eat. For like many more months.
This weekend will
So,
be a little expensive though, but
yeah, but
that's okay.
it'll be a good time.
You will.
Alrighty. Experiences. That's what it's all about. Well, I think it's time for.
From the entire Channel 4 News team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
You're Veronica.
And I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Go fuck yourself, lady in Texas. Okay. I found a article on the BBC that talks about the 5 countries immigrating families love to move to.
Okay.
So immigrating families would be us,
Immigrating to Mexico.
immigrating to Mexico. So the top
Immigrants.
5 countries.
Legally.
Legal immigrants. Number 1, can you guess what number 1 is? Well, I don't know if they have them ranked in specifically in order.
Is this American peoples immigrating to other places or anywhere in general?
It's just anywhere in general, the most popular places that, excuse me.
I'm going to say Costa Rica. I feel like a lot of people move to Costa Rica.
The first one on this list is not Costa Rica.
Okay.
I'll let you know if it's on the list.
Okay.
First one's Japan.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got money.
Yeah. One of the reasons is children's well-being. Japan ranks number 1 for physical health, which looks at child mortality and obesity. And got no fat kids in China. I mean, Japan. It's ranked 2nd for the world around the child, a category that includes aspects like urban green spaces, traffic safety. Japan also has the lowest rate of child obesity, just like I said there. No fat kids. Low child mortality and extremely low levels of air or water pollution affecting children, which is surprising. I would have thought maybe because they're so advanced with their technology, they have pollution, but they have like giant air vacuums that
Air
are like cleaning
filters
their
in the
air
sky.
and shit. So
But you can't just move there. You need to have a work invite you. Like, we can't just get up and move to Japan.
which are always the best places when they're like, no.
We monitor who comes in.
You cannot
here.
just come in here. Japan also has the overall lowest murder rate of any of the countries looked at.
I would believe that.
So
100%.
100%. Number 2, this will blow your mind. Just guess a European country that you would think would be way off the map, that you wouldn't have thought of.
Romania.
Close. That's a good guess. Estonia.
Oh.
While Estonia isn't at the top of the overall rankings, it rates highly for children, highly for a number of important aspects. Children are exposed to less air pollution, less noise pollution, and fewer pesticides than almost any other wealthy country. Wow. It has more urban green spaces than many other nations, including the U.S., Canada, Australia, and the U.K., and children are especially likely to say they enjoy their neighborhood recreation facilities such as playgrounds. Estonia also has the second lowest rate of babies born underweight, in a wealthy country, generally considered to be a good indicator of the quality of parental care.
Nice. We could have taken the ferry to Estonia when we were in Helsinki.
Really?
I think it's just right.
Right there. So yeah, they've got some good stuff in there. Again, these are long articles, but Estonia has one of the most generous policies of any country in the world, with 100 days of maternity leave, as well as 30 days of paternity leave, followed by 475 days of paid parental leave.
Wow, I wonder
100 days of maternity leave, as well as 30 days of paternity leave, followed by 475 days of paid parental leave.
I don't know what the difference is.
Me either, but that sounds like a lot of days.
Yeah.
Like a year there, so
it's over a year.
That's cool.
Crazy.
Good for them. Oh yeah, it is over a year. I was like, year is 625 days. What are you talking
365 days.
A little dyslexic. All right, third country, a country that we are highly considering moving to, is Spain.
Oh.
Spain rated the highest in the ranking of environment around children, with especially low level of children's morbidity due to air pollution and water pollution. And despite having poor overall offerings in terms of social education and health services, not great for school. Children in Spain, well, that's probably not international schools. Children in Spain have notably high well-being. The country ranks third for kids' mental well-being and fourth for basic academic and social skills. Well, it can't be that bad then.
Yeah.
So, Spain, put it on your list.
Okay.
Number 4, which again, I don't know in any order these are in, but is Finland. Not a surprise. We know a lot of people love Finland. Mm-hmm. If it was like a little bit less cold, I bet they would be really popular.
Yeah.
But that's probably why they're so good. They're like, not that many people want to come here because it's cold as shit.
We got to take care of the people that are here.
So we're going to make it worth it. So Finland, and then last but not least, the Netherlands.
Okay.
The Netherlands, which does especially well in terms of children's mental health, is ranked number 1. And skills, where it's ranked 3rd. 9 out of 10 15-year-olds say they have high life satisfaction.
Wow.
If I ask 15-year-olds in America, what is your satisfaction of life? They would not say high.
Oh my God, that's when I went downhill.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the highest proportion of all countries examined. And 8 in 10 say they make friends easily. Again, not something that's common.
What are they doing?
So, yeah. Again, I don't want to get too far into this, but pretty cool article.
Yeah.
All great places. We've been to all of those, but, well, no, we haven't been to Japan. You've been to Japan.
I've been to Japan.
Haven't been to Estonia.
No.
Kind of upset that we didn't take a little ferry then, but we'll be going back to Finland at some point.
Have you been in the Netherlands?
I've been in the Netherlands, yeah.
I have not.
I don't recall it. Yeah, smoked a lot there.
Oh, I was like, what's that look for?
Red light district. No, did walk through it. Really, very beautiful ladies, but I'm not much of purchasing women from behind glass. Not really my thing.
Is that Amsterdam?
Yep.
Oh, see,
Do you know where the Netherlands is?
I didn't know Amsterdam was in the Netherlands.
Where's my wah thing? Jesus criminy. Okay, so no Ask the Listeners, but we do have a little overseas parenting.
It's time for that super sweet overseas parenting fact of the week.
It is super sweet. I appreciate the kind words, lady. Digitally. I could probably get better AI voice things now. I feel like AI is blowing up.
Yeah, we
And
even
they're
get like the
making-
voice of like Rihanna or something.
Yeah, they're making people like Jay-Z sound like Biggie, or Biggie rap Jay-Z songs, or all this crazy stuff. And
a lot
I
of
got this
copyright
fucking-
issues. Many copyright
Yeah, I
issues.
got this computer-generated fucking Siri lady saying,
It's okay.
yeah, she's all right. Anyways, overseas parenting fact of the week. Still going back to the 1900s. This is in 1966, in a real tight move back then. In 1966, experts told expectant mothers they could still safely smoke up to a half pack of cigarettes a day. How many
This is in the
cigarettes-
U.S.
Yeah. How many cigarettes are in a pack? Is it like
I
12?
have no idea, honestly.
I'm trying to, 16 maybe? I'm trying to think, like, if you think about the little lines of cigarettes, because there's usually 2 rows, I think. Kind of like a pack of gum. But I imagine like 16 or 20.
Yeah. Oh my
So you can
gosh.
smoke 8 to 10 cigarettes a day, and they're like, no, you're good. You're just pregnant.
So
It's fine."
lots of our parents were born with
Yeah, I'm sure a lot
cigarettes
of, I don't think, a lot of our parents were born with
Yeah.
cigarette smoke. That's for sure.
and the mothers were drinking and
Yeah, just a little bit,
Yeah.
like 2-3 glasses of whiskey a night. Not a big deal, but yeah, don't smoke if you have kids.
no. And if you're pregnant or have kids,
Yeah, just
equally as damaging.
don't smoke.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. All right, my last section before we break into, I'm pretty sure this is my last section. Yep. Oh, got the when did you stop giving your kids a kiss on the lips? That's still on there, but we hit that last week. So I think it's time for when.
You have selected
I love the 90s.
Society
I love the 90s.
loves the 90s so much that, remember, we walked into Forever 21 and it was just 90s shirts everywhere.
Yeah, the 90s is the
Making
best.
a comeback.
It's such a good time. People from now are like, oh man, I wish I grew up in the 90s. It's so cool. Look at these cool clothes, these cool shirts, all this cool memorabilia. Yeah, that's why you come here. We got some great questions here for you today that'll bring up a lot of those hit trends of the 90s. So, question number 1. I think you're going to do pretty good with these. There's only 4 questions this week. How'd you do last week? I think you killed it last
think
week
I
for the
got
most part.
2 or 3.
2 or 3 out of 4? Okay. Here we go. Question number 1. This musical renaissance started in Seattle and featured mega bands such as Nirvana and Pearl Jam.
Warped Tour?
Nope, it's not a specific like show or tour. It's a style of music.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
This musical renaissance started in Seattle and featured mega bands such as Nirvana and Pearl Jam.
Like punk rock?
Close.
Emo rock? I don't know. Hard rock?
The answer is grunge.
Oh, grunge. Okay, nope.
You were not
I
a Nirvana fan growing up?
was not a grunge fan-ish. I listened to like things like Simple Plan
Bad start. Bad start.
in middle school, but high school I was straight rap.
Simple Plan was good. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Answers a lot of questions. All right,
Well, I
next
guess that's
question.
2000s.
This unique 90s toy involved using a real molding oven and plastic dies to create all sorts of custom colored bugs to gross out our families.
Oh, like Play-Doh? I don't know. Like an
No.
oven? I don't know.
No? Creepy crawlers.
Creepy crawlers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Never made the bugs in little trays with the kind of like cookies. I think it was the guy's version of Easy Bake ovens.
I did not, and I don't like bugs, so
That makes sense. She really does not like bugs, folks. I'm fucking not a bug
I'm
person.
not doing so good.
No, you are 0 for 2, but I think you can come in strong with these last 2. I really believe in you. This safety device doubled as many people's favorite gym class accessory that required working as a team and listening closely to their gym teacher. So this safety device doubled as many people's favorite gym accessory that required working as a team and listening closely to their gym teacher.
A safety device?
Mm-hmm. So don't think of school in this part. Other people use it as a safety device.
Oh my God.
What did we use in school all the time in PE as a big game that people also use in certain situations when they're doing extreme things?
I don't know.
Like jumping out of airplanes.
Oh, like a parachute?
Yes. Game parachute,
Yeah.
where everybody in class is holding
Holding
on to
it,
it,
and
you're
then
flapping
you
it,
go
and then you sit on
underneath.
it, and it has all the air.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that's worded a little weird.
Well, you're struggling here. So
Yeah. I don't know.
this last one, I'm 100% confident that you will get.
Let's not get your hopes too high.
Waking up, love the confidence. Waking up to a snow-covered landscape. How would people find out if they had school had been canceled that day?
Oh, okay. So you wait to see if your school scrolls on the bottom of the news channel.
Correct.
Okay, I know that one.
1 for 4. Oh man, so close.
I had that in Portland quite
So
a few
close.
times. Obviously not in Arizona. People never experience that, but
Yeah.
well, at
they're
least
like,
not in the Phoenix area.
extreme heat today. Go ahead and stay home and don't die. Trash cans are melting. Good luck with your tires not being stuck to the ground.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well,
That
that
is
was-
it. I know you got a lot of information you want to talk about from podcasts you've been listening to.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys, that I did so bad on that. I'll try
That was
and
bad.
be better.
You have 13 minutes.
Okay.
Be better next week. Fucking be better.
I know. So that podcast that I've been listening to at the gym, Radical Personal Finance. I know last episode I talked about the 16-part series that he's doing about how to invest in your children at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump into episode 4. Episode 2 was just about eating healthy while pregnant. Episode 3 was about
Important.
the importance of giving your child physical exercise and how it can help them be smarter by like getting the neurons in the brain active, and blood moving to the brain helps you remember things better anyways, like that.
Sorry about that. A little quick technical difficulty there, but we are back. You wouldn't even notice except the weird stop. And now that we're starting in a different spot. So go ahead.
Okay, so this is about giving your child a head start to academic success. So the 2 ways that you do this is giving your children background knowledge and exposure to words.
Big words or just?
Words all around. Big words, small words, frequency of words, new words.
That was a joke from the House of Sinner podcast. There was a girl that used to say the N word, and then they called it big words.
Big words.
It was a white girl. She was young. She had Tourette's.
Yes, she did. Okay, so a way that you can give your child background knowledge is by broad and diverse experiences, things like going to museums, zoos, traveling, camping. Those would be firsthand experiences. Secondhand experiences would be by reading. So this episode kind of talks about the importance of word exposure to children and just kind of like what that means as far as how they're going to do in school. So the way that children have the ability to learn new words is like they got to understand the concept. So you're like the word understanding. So like how it's being used, kind of like social interactions. It's you use this word in this situation. So it's just the concept behind the word and understanding the word in general, not necessarily just having a word in their vocabulary, but it's like, you know, understanding what it means and all that stuff. So naturally, if you hear more words exposed to you, your vocabulary will eventually be bigger because you're hearing, like, just because you hear a word doesn't mean you're necessarily going to repeat it. But if you get the words that your child is hearing to like this giant, huge bucket, obviously there's going to be a spillover into the words that they're actually saying in their daily lives.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So here's kind of some statistics. So the University of Kansas did a study. This is on the importance of conversations that you're having with your children or just to your children and around your children. So they did a test. They studied 42 families across 3 economic classes, a professional, a working, and a welfare class. So what they did in this test is they went to each family's home for 1 hour a month over 2.5 years. And then they met up later with the children at age 9. So this starts at 3 years old, and then they concluded the test at age 9.
Okay.
So what this test revealed is that the only difference between these 3 economic classes were the number of daily words exposed to the children. The professional family used, on average, 45 million words exposed to their children.
45 million, wow.
The working class used 26 million different words, and the welfare class had 13 million words. So you're looking at literally
Wow, almost
30,
double every time.
$30 million, 30 million words difference. So what that means is that in this example, the welfare family children, they were exposed to less words. Therefore, their ability to understand the concept behind words is lower because they're not working their brain as far as like, okay, I heard this word mentally. What does it mean? What's the concept behind it? What's the background knowledge? Where would I use it? So these are all like little things that are happening in a child's brain when they're very, very young. So he recommends talking to your child nonstop. Obviously, when they're a baby, they're not going to respond in any way. Maybe like when they're 6 months old, it's not really going to make that big of a difference.
I mean, you never know. That stuff can definitely still be soaking into the brain and just becoming kind of like a second nature thing. Like as they get older, they may learn that word faster because they've heard it so many times. That's why they say fucking stuff when they're young.
Repetition. Yeah, repetition and just the abundance of words available. So this basically means as far as your child's ability to do well. So the number one thing that really determines how well your kid is going to do is the vocabulary exposed to the child before kindergarten. Obviously, kids go to school to learn new words, but if they don't understand the idea of how to learn words before they get there, they're not going to learn as fast as people who say have 45 million words exposed to them if they only have 13 million exposed to them.
That's why I'm struggling with Spanish.
Well, that he also goes into that on the episode I just listened to. So which way do I want to go here? Okay, so as far as like things that you can do to help your child, it's not any toy that you can buy or like any TV program that you can sit them in front of. It is literally the words. Talking to your child, that's free, and it is statistically proven to help your child do better academically, better than any other thing that you can buy them.
So I imagine like reading books to them, and like maybe because you could potentially not have a huge vocabulary, but
exactly,
if you're going through and reading things, like my vocabulary is not that impressive, but when I read these books that I'm reading on a regular basis, I'm like picking up these new words. I'm like, oh, okay, this is good.
Yes, so that's actually a really good point, and he talks about that. So he's like,
this
okay.
was not planned. This was just thoughts I had. So apparently me and this guy, same.
So, and that's something that he talks about, like, okay, well, what if your vocabulary isn't that big? How do you make sure that your child has a bigger vocabulary and it potentially does better in school than you do?
My vocabulary's small. I don't know words.
I don't know words well. Okay, so he talks about, like, what's called a rare. So people have 10,000 words that they use on average every day. It's a normal daily vocabulary that everyone understands, things like that. When you get into rare words, aka words that are used less frequently, or the maybe more complex words or more academic literature type of words. There's a very interesting exposure rate. So as far as listening to interactions, so like he had like an adult talking to a child, an adult talking to adult. Per every 1,000 words, we speak between 9 and 11 rare words. So you can only really do so much speaking, but the part that's really going to impact your child for exposures to words is reading. So children's books have 32 words per 1,000 that are rare. And if you...
How many rare words you think's in that Everybody Poops book?
0. This is like children's imaginative, like triggering words that are like
Harry Potter.
Yeah, well, that's a little
granted,
advanced.
that's a little advanced, but like...
Yeah, something like that that's making, The
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I don't know what easy reading is. I think I read that in 6th grade.
Yeah. And then once you get into like adult literature, and then you get into like academic literature, newspapers, magazines, things like that, they can be upwards of 100 rare words per 1,000. So statistically, reading will improve your vocabulary more so than just speaking. So speaking to your child nonstop is very good, but it's also the importance of reading before they get into school, because that's really going to impact their exposure to these words, rare words, which is going to help them understand the concept and the background knowledge, which therefore helps them across all different points of academia and just helps them be better in school overall.
And you're learning as well. I mean, again, if you have a limited vocabulary and you're reading more often, more frequently to your kids, and they're learning new words, you're like, oh man, that's a word I don't use that often, that now I'm reading to my child on a regular basis, and it's implanting in them, and I'm using it too. So
like
reading's important, folks.
My mom read to me every night. I would read to her every night. We would take turns. I was reading high school books in fifth, 6th grade. Like, I have always been a very advanced reader. It's something I need to get back into it, but last year I was reading a lot, and I read fast.
I still read a lot, slowly.
One other little side note here, he talks about as far as like background knowledge, on more of an older child's scale. Those types of experiences that he brought up, such as like camping and traveling and things like that, because you gain more background knowledge about like certain situations, things like that. He said it's also very important for children, I say children, for like kids in high school of working age, to have more than one job in high school. You get exposure to different types of employees, working experiences, different types of employers. It gives you a more well-roundedness of how to deal with certain situations, rather than just keeping one job throughout all of high school. It's actually better for you in the long run if you have multiple jobs, because you're learning how to interact with different kinds of people.
Yeah, your capacity to deal with challenges is broadened just from, you're like, well, this time I worked at Quiznos and now I work at Best Buy. And those people that come in there are two completely different fucking people. And then I worked at a tanning salon and I got a lot of woo girl type of shit going on.
Hey, you coming from I worked at tanning salons at Best Buy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Probably why it popped in my head. All those stories you read me.
But anyways, so this podcast is very interesting. He normally doesn't focus on episodes like this, but he has 1,000 episodes and 16 of them are about kids. So I'm starting with those ones.
Well, folks, I think that was very educational.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like educational things.
Yeah, Amanda's heavy on the education. I'm heavy on the other stuff.
Fun part.
But, yeah. Maybe that'll be our parenting style as we get older, but I'm very big into reading. I've been reading a lot more in these past couple of years since I've been in the company. Heavy focus on bettering yourself.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
All right, y'all. That's it.
Time to let the fun start.
Yep. This will be a good weekend for us, but hope you guys have a great weekend yourself. And if you're listening to this on Monday when it came out, we appreciate you. This has been the Trying to Parent podcast.
We up out of here.
Dead ass.